Sometimes you want to start a law firm, but you have no capital, right? So, in today's conversation, what I want to do is I want to give you some tips, some hacks, some strategies to really start a law firm with no money, with no capital. So here's an overview. What you need to understand here is that, of course, when I say no money, you got to have a little bit of cash, right, to file some paperwork with the authorities at the state level, at the federal level, to constitute your law firm in terms of legally, whether you want to have an LLC, an LLP, or a PA, whatever. So you got to have a little bit of cash. But I'm just talking about the big cash, that some law firms actually require. You don't need to have a lot of capital. Okay, so starting a law firm actually gives you an opportunity to take control of your career as a lawyer. So you will be a solo. You'll be a solo practice, right? So you will have the capability to choose clients, focus on preferred legal cases or legal areas, and run your practice the way you want, right? So that's a lot of independence. There's a lot of autonomy. Now, if you don't have access to capital, or at least a startup capital, they could be a little complicated. Okay, so the thing is that I want to share with you 5 ways or 5 steps you need to take if you want to start a law firm this year with no money, or at least with no huge capital. Like I said, you still need to have a little bit of cash to take care of filing the paperwork for constituting the law firm, but also maybe in terms of maybe having a website, having some kind of presence on social media, all that kind of stuff. But you don't really need hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even tens of thousands of dollars. You don't really need that. Okay. And one thing I also want to emphasize here is that you got to always ask yourself, what is your target market? What types of clients are you going after? Because if you're going after estate planning clients, you don't have the same strategy. You shouldn't have the same strategy that you should have if you're going to, let's say, if you're going to be a criminal defense attorney, right? If you're going to be an estate planning attorney, you don't have the same strategy, or a family lawyer. So your niche, your target audience, will dictate your strategy. So if you want to start a law firm with no money this year, you got to really determine your areas of focus. See, the thing is that when you are clear as to the niche you want to go in, when you are clear as to what kind of target audience you want to go after, when you are clear about the psychographics of your target audience, psychographics means the psychology, the geography, the demographics, but also the professional cluster they're in. Once you have a clear idea about about those criteria, you can actually start a law firm with less capital. Because when it comes to choosing which practice areas and services you will focus on, you'll likely have a good sense of what you enjoy. Because everything has to start with what you enjoy. Don't go into a cluster. Don't go into a niche. Don't go into a legal niche that you do not enjoy, and you just do it because you love the money. No. Because if you enjoy what you're doing, the money will flow naturally. The money will flow logically, because you'll be more productive. You'll look forward to the next day, the next clients, and so on and so forth, right? So start first with your passion. Your passion has to dictate everything, okay? So if you are a recent graduate, you want to consider a few areas that interest you, and you want to evaluate the local competition, because the thing is that the local competition is going to be instrumental in your success or failure. Okay, so don't go into those highly competitive niches if you're starting out of the gate. No. For instance, are there numerous DUI attorneys in your region, in your city, in your state? If so, it might be worth exploring less saturated fields where competition may be lower, right? So if you are passionate about a certain area of the law, this is probably your best bet in an unsaturated market, of course, right? So the thing is that you got to really have passion, number one. Number two, you need to have less competition so that you can actually, you can ship your practice's mission and be motivated, because you are actually trying to really get into a market that is out that's really accessible. Also, you want to decide if you are operating a solo law firm or setting up a partnership, because this will affect the decisions you make early on and how to structure, okay, your firm. And so you got to really ask yourself the types of legal services you can offer to generate income quickly. So if you want to generate income quickly, you can offer flat fee services like will drafting, unbundled legal services such as document reviews, small claims representation, real estate transactions, or initial paid consultations. If you want to start a law firm with no money, or at least less capital, you want to keep costs low, right? It's all about keeping costs low. It's all about making sure that you are quantifying the how much money, or at least you are monitoring how much money you are putting into the whole process. Okay, don't try to break the bank because you're trying to open a law firm. No, you still have to maintain control over your finances. Okay, so even though you might not have access to a large amount of funds at the beginning, you will still need to make a few investments. That's what I said a little earlier when I said you still need to have a little bit of money. Okay, for one, there is your time. How much are you willing to do yourself, and how much can you afford to outsource? And depending on the niche you're in, the outsourcing can be cheap or expensive. And it also depends on what you want to outsource. There are some tasks that command a higher salary, a higher rate than others, right? So if you are starting a law firm with no money, there are a couple of costly expenses that you should do without, but some you must pay for. So I first want to talk to you about the costs that you can eliminate when you start. Of course, okay, you can eliminate office rent. You can also eliminate marketing. Okay, so don't overspend by outsourcing marketing efforts. So basically, now there are some costs that you must cover. For instance, insurance. You will need professional liability, in other words, malpractice insurance, and also general business insurance. That's number one. Number two, you have LLC or PLC registration, or even PA registration. So forming an LLC often depends on your practice's needs and your state's legal requirements. Thankfully, this is a one-time expense. You also have bar fees. You must cover your bar association fees. Websites. In some cases, you may have to pay for your domain name and hosting expenses, though these expenses are covered when you create a website, through a good provider. You also have a law practice management software. So the right LPM software keeps your cases and client details organized while enabling smooth communication, online payments, document management, time tracking, billing, and more. So that gives you a lot of flexibility. Now, there are some costs you might want to cover, like accountants, legal research tools, client intake software. The third thing you want to do if you want to start a law firm with no money is to invest in affordable or free law firm marketing strategies. Now, if you're lucky, you might have a free marketing strategy, but I think overall it's just better to pay for something. I'm always against this this whole idea of free for free for free for free. No, there is no such a thing as a free lunch. Okay, you have to pay something so that you can show that you got skin in the game. If you're getting stuff for free, you're not going to appreciate it, even if you are committed, whatever. So you want to invest in affordable law firm marketing strategies. So I'm talking about affordable attorney websites, for instance. Okay, you want to really go with low cost DIY website solutions such as Wix, Squarespace, and GoDaddy. That way you can set up a website real fast. You don't need to really hire someone to actually do the website for you. You can really set it up yourself. It's totally possible, totally possible. You also have content strategies and law firm SEO. So by writing your own website content and ideally starting a blog, you can target potential clients and local clients for free by harnessing the power of search engine optimization. So the best content marketing for law firm addresses clients' pain points, fulfilling their needs while positioning you as a trusted expert. That's what you want. You want to be positioned as a trusted expert, okay? You also, when it comes to law firm marketing, you gotta really pay attention to social media. There is no way you can succeed as an attorney if you're not on social media. Okay. So by building your firm's following on social media, you can reach more clients than ever before. So platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram allow lawyers to share their expertise, discuss their firm's mission, and connect with a wider audience, often building trust in you and your firm. And that's what you want. And you also can look after you can look for advertising your firm for free. There are many ways for you to advertise your firm completely for free. And one of the top ways would be to use lawyer review sites. Many of these sites offer free profiles with options to upgrade, okay? And you can also you can list your firm in the yellow pages. You can also have the website wp.com. Make sure you are listed in your state and local bar association's website directory. Okay, and if you love to write, guest blogging can be a great way to share your expertise with a wider audience on a more established website. You also want to leverage your legal tech. I mean, this is really important. If you want to start a law firm with no money this year, legal tech can really help you big time, okay? Cloud-based legal software is actually perfect for a new law firm and can grow with you as you scale. So what you want to do is you want to go for legal software that allows you to run your firm in one place. So what I say is that you want to have an all-in-one sort of operating model, okay? You want to have as many integrations as possible, integrations into tools such as Zoom, Outlook, QuickBooks, okay? So that in the end, you can streamline your work and be pretty productive. So one thing I need to understand, I want you to understand is that the more you can rely on technology for things like administration, operations, client communication, time tracking, etc., the more you can focus on the legal work that only you can do, right? It's all about increasing the number of billable hours. It's all about creating more avenues for revenue. It's all about making sure that you are investing a lot on things that really matter. So, and please don't sleep on AI. I mean, artificial intelligence is here to stay, and artificial intelligence can help your firm big time if you have the right investment. So don't sleep on it, okay? And you also, if you are aiming to start a law firm with no money, there are some AI tools that can help you for free, such as a Chat GPT, to quickly generate ideas and offer you insights for operating a firm. So if you're interested in using AI for legal research, document management, case summarization, and more, it's best to choose a legal specific AI tool that's tailored to the industry. And but this comes at a cost, right? There's no free lunch, like I said. And so you want to make sure that you can use AI to enhance efficiency while maintaining the same robust security standards that you can actually expect from legal software of that caliber. So if you want to start a law firm with no money this year, you want to plan, and be realistic. I always say this because if you want to launch a law firm with less capital or no capital, you got to have a goal, right? A SMART goal. SMART meaning specific, measurable, attainable, or achievable, realistic, and time bound. And the realistic part is quintessential because don't try to aim for something that is not within your bounds. You always want to actually shoot for something that's totally within access, okay, within your purview, within your bounds. So starting a law firm, especially with limited funds, is daunting, but that doesn't mean you cannot see large returns in your first year with the right software. It's all about software. It's all about making sure that you have the right tech at your at your side. Okay. Now, success requires a long-term commitment and the perseverance to push through tough periods. So what you want to do is you want to stay focused, okay? Keep pressing forward and adopt technology that can increase your chances of success. You have to think about technology that can help you actually elevate the profile of your practice, okay? So there is so much you can do to set yourself up for success before you launch your law firm. So what you want to have here is you want to plan, and organize yourself as much as possible before taking this next step in your career, right? It's one of those things where when I say plan, you need to think about your business plan. You need to think about your marketing plan. You need to think about your operational plan. It's all about plans in the sense that a plan gives you the itinerary, the operational itinerary, the step-by-step itinerary that you really need, especially once you start running your business for real, right? So you have this sort of clarity. You have this sort of clarity. This sort of sort of GPS, if you will, GPS sort of model. So before I close to this conversation, you need to understand that if you want to start a law firm with no money, the first thing you need to be clear about is that no money is not going to make it. You need to have a little bit of cash because, like I said to you, there are some costs that you can eliminate and there are some costs that you cannot eliminate or you should not eliminate. First thing is insurance. I mean, malpractice insurance is something that you're going to need as a lawyer because the last thing you want is to actually to lose everything, including your own personal assets, because a client sued you. Okay, and this might happen. I mean, we live in a world right now where people do whatever they have to do. Okay, it's not about it's not about having bad clients or whatever. It's just that there are certain things you can control and certain things you cannot control. So you want to focus on things you can control, and things you can control include the fact that you want to get insurance. Okay, so number one, you need to have a little bit of cash because there are some costs that you cannot eliminate. Number two, you gotta choose the right niche. Choose a niche that actually not expensive, at least to start. Okay, and when you choose the right niche, make sure that you go for free advertising as much as possible. You want to use channels, use conduits, use funnels that can really assure you free advertising. And when I say free advertising, I'm talking about advertising in a way that doesn't require a monthly subscription. Like I said, if you are on social media, for instance, if you're on Facebook or LinkedIn, on Twitter, now called X, if you are on Pinterest, on those platforms, they're not charging you anything as long as you're not advertising. Okay, so that's it, and all you have to do is to constitute your audience, and you also want to have a profile on those legal directories. Okay, so you can actually elevate your law firm's profile a little bit. So in conclusion to this conversation, I spoke to you about how to start a law firm with no money. I gave you the overview, the top steps, and now the conclusion. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.